We are not for sale, and we are not for rent either. Right now, we get a block grant from Denmark, which is not enough to run the island properly in equal manner. So it's like a bad deal we have done in the past that we must remedy.
But not with America.
Well, America is a part of in a way, it's a part of the negotiation.
When Donald Trump isn't turning his attention to cutting the price of drugs for Americans and putting them up for us, or to crime statistics at home, he still has his eye on the territory of Greenland, which he has previously claimed is essential to America's national security, national and economic security. It, of course, is currently part of Denmark. The people of Greenland may have thought that they could breathe a sigh of relief after visits from Donald Trump's son, Don Jr., and Vice President J.D. Vance earlier this year went without America taking any concrete steps to actually seize the island. But now reports this week have suggested that covert operations may have been taking place behind the scenes. Meanwhile, something that has concerned Denmark so much that the senior US diplomat, was summoned by the Danish government to answer for them. Well, let's speak now to Kuno Fencker, who is a Greenland MP. Hello to you.
Hi, appreciate your invite.
What do you think is going on as far as Americans trying to influence or stir up support in Greenland?
Well, it's a narrative that I don't buy fully because the PET, the intelligence agency in Denmark, hasn't informed the formal committees in foreign and security politics here in Greenland, or I haven't heard any of our parliamentarians in Denmark mentioning this in the formal matter. So, in my opinion, these media speculations are, in a way, maybe orchestrated from the Danish media and the Danish government to take away focus from the IUD scandal that they are making a pattern on for the women that they did some atrocities to in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. So they are trying to give Greenland some kind of a they're trying to make us accountable for that, even though the state of Denmark, the government of Denmark is the accountable part. And I don't even think that Greenland could be responsible for that, because we haven't taken the competency in those areas in the health.
All right. Yeah, I understand there's a great deal of bitterness and unhappiness about that. What future, though, would you, as a Greenland MP, like to see for Greenland?
Well, my opinion is that Denmark de facto annexed Greenland in 1953, so it's hypocritical from Denmark to protect the territory of Greenland in that sense. I will say that the international law says that if you take away a country without a referendum or through the proper processes from the United Nations, you have de facto annexed an area. So I will say that Greenland should utilize their right to external self-determination and choose their partners accordingly in the future. And I think that Greenland has also given out a hand to Denmark so that we can have a truth and reconciliation with Denmark, but Denmark declined that. So maybe it's time for digging up all the, let's say, dirt from the past and make a reconciliation with each other and find a path where Greenland gets at the minimum competencies in foreign politics and can be members of international organizations as the UN and other fishery organizations and so forth.
So that amounts to independence.
It's independence is a big word. It's a bit like utopia to think about independence. I would say we will have our sovereignty of our country, and we will need to give out some of the sovereignty in regards to defense security, maybe also economy. to build up Greenland almost from the bottom, because this island has been neglected for too many years.
And what do you think about the US effectively making claims, or indeed President Trump saying that if he doesn't get his way, he doesn't rule out using force to take Greenland and make it part of the United States?
They are not good for the work we are doing for the sovereignty of Greenland. So I think if the narrative becomes better and more positive, and our right to self-determination is the choice of the Greenlandic people, of course, hence we are not for sale and we are not for rent either. Right now we get a block grant from Denmark, which is not enough to run the island properly in an equal manner. So it's like a bad deal we have done in the past that we must remedy.
But not with America.
Well, America is a part of the, in a way, it's a part of the negotiation. Every time you have an issue, you will have to have some partners, and I don't think it's possible to rule out the United States in regards to defense and security of this island, because this island is situated in the North American continent.
Okay, Kuno Fencker, thank you very much indeed for joining us, Greenlander MP there.
Trump says he wants to buy us like we were a common prostitute. I'm sorry to say that, but I got so angry. I think it's so disrespectful to the Inuit people of Greenland to be treating us this way, to walk in like we are uneducated, unknowing people who are primitive and would fall for whatever flash they were supposed to come with.
They said it bluntly, why they're interested in Greenland, like critical mineral resources and also trading routes that are emerging due to climate change. So Greenland is smack in the middle of it. So it's a very geostrategic position for business, but also security.
A combination of fishing, tourism and a subsidy from the Danish government is what keeps Greenland going as it tries to modernise but retain its traditional culture at the same time. Now Greenlanders say they feel caught. They have a complicated relationship with Denmark, the colonial power, and most people I've been speaking to say they see American behaviour as threatening.
I was in elementary school, we have segregated classes for Danish people and Greenlandic people. So there was segregation still, especially before all of this happened. Nobody in Denmark, basically, especially in the governments, in the political parties, but also the general sentiment, the majority don't really want to accept they have been a colonial power.
I trust Denmark because they have ratified treaties in the UN, like the treaties for indigenous people and preserving our culture. And I trust them also because they have always done right by us when they had to. And whenever we have had problems, whenever we had economical problems and such, Denmark has actually come to our aid.